thoughts after that meeting?
Well, interestingly, I'm amazed and really, really pleased that a group of members of the public, they're parents of these children who can't speak for themselves, and they can make a very, very good case. I'm in complete agreement with them. And I think the whole thing's been handled very, very badly. The thought of closing down one Ledbury Road is just not feasible. There is no other facility such as this. It's very clear that the parents have not been consulted, and I think it's ludicrous for the council, the CCG and Wye Valley Trust to say that the consultation has taken place. Clearly not. I can't find any evidence of consultation. Assessment, yes, but not consultation. And frankly, I think this has been handled so badly, and I'm very pleased to hear now that steps are going to be taken, and I will be involved in looking at this as an investigation, and I'm very, very happy to take part in that so that we can get some decent answers and hopefully keep this place open. It's only a proposed closure, and let's remember it's proposed. They can be turned around.
First thoughts are that actually we're slightly disappointed. We very much wanted to go away from this meeting today with a resolution from the council that they would halt the proposed closure of number 1 Ledbury Road. That has not been forthcoming. However, we do feel we're being listened to. They are changing the language they're using. They are now referring to it as a proposed closure rather than a definitive closure. They are saying they are going to listen to us. They say they are going to take notes from us, to take evidence from us, and to consult with us. That being said, they're not going to do so until the 30th of September, which doesn't leave much time afterwards to sort out exactly what is going to happen with overnight respite provision for those children who cannot access the replacement service that the council is currently planning on offering.
We were all feeling extremely passionate about this. It's been an emotional roller coaster, this whole journey the past couple of weeks. And this meeting, I felt in some way a little bit disappointed because we didn't get an absolute answer, but then that was probably wishful thinking anyway. But it is good that they have said they're going to have a meeting on the 28th of July with all the relevant bodies, CCG and the Wye Valley NHS Trust and the council, and they're going to get together and they're going to work out what's gone right, what's gone wrong, and work out what they're going to do, basically, because we've said that we are unanimously unhappy about this decision. So let's see how they get on with that. Hopefully we'll get a favourable decision and we can go from there. But it is great that they are listening to us. They have reassured us that they have listened to us. So let's see how they get on with that meeting, and we'll go from there. So yeah, fingers crossed.
I was a little bit disappointed, if I'm honest. I don't feel that we were heard properly and given the time to speak, and the questions that we wanted answered, but most importantly the halt on the decision is what we originally wanted and what we still want, but we didn't get that, and that is really sad because that's what we need. Definitely need is a U-turn on this decision about Ledbury Road.
Number 1 must stay open, or there must be a suitable alternative provided for the parents and more especially for the children. There does seem to have been a lack of consultation, or at least people do not understand what the word consultation means. I've been told all sorts of stories that social workers came and asked parents all sorts of questions to do with family, like one of them asked what the grandfather's name was. Has absolutely no relevance at all to the closing of number 1. These children are the most vulnerable in our society. They are children who will never be able to help themselves. The autistic ones especially are single-minded, and being single-minded, they're not used to change. They always sit in the same seat. They always have the same meal. They always play with the same toy. They always have a bath or a shower at the same time. So to say, well, we'll have foster carers for them is a nonsense, because they'd have to get used to those foster carers. They'd have to get used to their homes. And over and above that, there is the specialist training that foster carers would need. There's a safeguarding issue. Who is coming into that foster parent's home? And how will that annoy, upset and set off a young person with autism? And some of these children are fairly strong and can cause and do cause damage to their parents over simple things like being washed. So this alternative foster caring is not a suitable alternative. It may be for a very, very few children, but for the vast majority, it's not any better, it's not as good as number 1 Ledbury Road. I asked the question, have the housing associations been involved? The answer is no. Have OT been spoken to? The answer is no. Why? Why haven't they been spoken to? Because foster parents come from all types of housing, and some of them may come from housing associations. So, who is going to put in a £16,000 wet room on a ground floor of some house? Who is going to put widen the internal doorway so a wheelchair can go through, or a ramp up to the front door? Who is going to put a stair lift in if that is what's required? What about sensor rooms? Now, I have many constituents, elderly and disabled, who are waiting and have been waiting for a long time for wet rooms to be put in. These children are going to be given priority? I don't think so. So this has not been thought through. And all 3 of the organisations which are involved in this need to get together and talk to the parents, talk and visit the children, talk and visit the staff at number 1, talk and visit those people who every day of their lives are dealing with these vulnerable children. And I think the majority of Herefordshire's ratepayers would say, I'd rather have a bit more of my council tax taken off me than to see number 1 Ledbury Road closed. Now, number 1 Ledbury Road is financed by the health, not by the council. But certainly it does appear that Herefordshire Council has not been paying monies for these children to go there for some 18 months or so, and that is a problem. Now, if there is a suitable alternative, newer building that will be done out like number 1 Ledbury Road, well, where is it? Tell us. But if there isn't, let's keep number 1 going, and there are many, many ways of doing that.
When angels cry, it's time to fly. It's time to fly.